Back here, first things first. Time for But First. And Kevin Wilds, you're talking some Kyrie this morning.
Yeah, so I've got two pieces of Kyrie news. One that got a lot of attention and one that didn't get enough attention. I'll start with the one that got a lot of attention. Kyrie's sneakers, one of the best-selling models that Nike has to offer. So they got the Kyrie 8 coming out, and usually Nike has a sterling history of collaborating with the people whose signature shoe actually has their signature on it. But Kyrie said, not the case with the Kyrie 8. I got nothing to do with this one. In my opinion, these are trash. Nike's going to release it without my okay, regardless of what I say, so I apologize in advance to all my sneakerheads and true supporters of the Kyrie brand. Woo! Not great. So that got a lot of pickup online. People are like, what's Nike doing? What's Kyrie doing? This looks like a disaster. Here's the more interesting, more important, and more powerful story that didn't get enough attention. Meanwhile, same tweet, Sonny Khan, who started this nonprofit, said, excited about this one. Kyrie's team was one of the kindest, most well-intentioned I've ever worked with. Grateful and hyped for this partnership with the Kai Family Foundation. And what it is, called Pani, it provides sustainable solutions to provide clean water and foster empowerment across South Asia. So look, the shoe media got a lot of attention. Kyrie is out there quietly on purpose doing great work. He continues to be one of the leading philanthropists in the NBA. And although a lot of the drama gets attention and you can get the media will focus on anything that feels like there's conflict, the quiet, good work that Kyrie is doing also deserves a spotlight, even though he's not providing it himself. He wants to keep it under wraps, so it's my job to say, congrats, Kyrie, you're doing phenomenal work, and I hope the shoe deal gets worked out, too.
Great job, wow.
I'm going to return my shoe.
Great job. I knew I liked you. I knew I liked you a lot.
Thanks, bud.
Time now for Drawing a Blank. Wilds, I bet you didn't know why Brandon liked you. Now you do. Talking some Saints, we discussed earlier in the week the team's reported frustration with receiver Michael Thomas. This after he waited to get off-season ankle surgery until June. Head coach Sean Payton addressing the situation yesterday. Take a listen to this.
It appears we're going to have to spend some time without him. It's disappointing, and we'll work through it with the other players that are here. But the surgery took place, and obviously, we would have liked that to have happened earlier than later. And quite honestly, it should have.
Ouch. Brandon, Sean Payton's comments on Michael Thomas are blank.
Round 8. Football season is back. The drama is back. So this is round 8. What do I mean by that? You have two heavyweights just going head to head, and they're in round 8 right now. And this thing can end in a stoppage. A stoppage is like, look, this is too brutal. We're just going to go with a trade. Or this is going to end with a TKO. A TKO, a knockout. Let's go knockout. And that knockout's going to look like this. That's either going to be Coach Payton saying, we're going to suspend this kid, or Michael Thomas turning around and saying, you know what, I'm not showing up. My ankle still isn't good. This is brutal right now. Sean Payton and Michael Thomas, they need to figure this out. This is all bad, Joy.
Ugh. What a disaster. Look, I like Coach Payton a lot. Legendary coach. I don't know what's going on here. That is it feels like a very emotional reaction to what's happening with Michael Thomas. That's a call out. Saying that it should have happened earlier. Again, I have a really hard time believing that Michael Thomas would wait to have surgery on purpose to mess with the Saints season. He's a football player. He wants to be on the field. He doesn't want to be dealing with recovery as the season starts. How does that help his career? So I would love to know what's going on, truly going on behind the scenes here, because that is a very bold statement by Coach Payton to say that it should have happened earlier. What's going on here?
Can I have Joy, so we did this question earlier in the week with Joy, and Joy was like, no way. There's no way Michael Thomas delayed the surgery. And I was like, I don't know, Joy. It's like a little Pippen-esque. Remember, like Pippen was mad at the Bulls in his contract, and you didn't buy it. So you were, let's say, the Joy level of not... Have you moved it up a little? Are you now buying that this was purposeful on Michael Thomas's part based on Payton's reaction?
I mean, I can't call him a liar. Like, I can't sit here and say he's a liar, but wow. Like, that's a dangerous space to be in as a coach, to talk about one of your players having surgery later.
You didn't have to say that.
To come into the season.
That's exactly right.
This is very messy. Messy B. This is very messy for the Saints right now. Again, who benefits from this? Tom Brady.
Listen, I was able to be in New Orleans and see this stuff. These two dudes are ultra competitors. And here's the deal. It's not about, he delayed the surgery to get at the Saints and Coach Payton. That's not it. What it is Michael Thomas has his own routine. Drew Brees had his own routine. Drew Brees had his own guys. So Michael Thomas could have just said, you know what? I'm going to listen to my team instead of your team, Coach Payton, because my team has gotten me here. And at the end of this thing, he said, all right, maybe I need to get the surgery now. Now Coach Payton is upset. But Coach Payton didn't have to say that, Jenna. He didn't have to.
That's right.
Media training one-on-one. Speak through the reporter. Speak through the camera. You can control your own message. Yep. He wanted everybody to know that Michael Thomas could have had that surgery earlier. This is getting messy. Woo!
All right, well, reports now have Thomas back around mid-season, so that ain't great. Let's stick with receivers now. Talk some Davante Adams. He was the very best at the position last season. I got it. Mine. I'm good. I got it. Let's face it.
Hey, it counts.
Barely had it. It was faux confidence, but it counts. Hangs on to get the Yanks the win. It was a nice win. Wilds, what else you got for us?
Hey, Padres A's top of the seventh. Piscotty with the dribbler down the first base line. Chrismet fields in, throws it at first base, literally. We looked up the rules. That does not count it as out. I'm sorry. Run scores, A's win. Moving on to the wonderful Cards Guardians, bottom of the second.
He looked it up.
First pitch for Enmil Reyes. He's crushed out of the ballpark, literally goes onto the streets, into the free non-seats. This gentleman, delighted. I don't think it's his buddy with a bike. Gets a free souvenir without a ticket. The best deal in town, Jenna. That's the weird and the wonderful from the National Pastime.
That is good stuff. All right, we are now joined by the always effervescent Coach Eric Mangini. Coach, good morning. Nice to have your chipper self with us. We're talking some Aaron Rodgers. He wasn't the only guy, actually. Aaron Rodgers wasn't the only guy who stood behind the podium yesterday, waxed poetic about all things Packers. His receiver, Davante Adams, did the same. First time we've heard from Davante since finding out extension talks had all but stalled with the Packers. But when you lead the league with 18 receiving touchdowns, you have a right to be the league's top-paid pass catcher. Just ask Davante himself.
Aaron is here beyond this year. Would you be willing to not be the highest-paid wide receiver if it means staying with him, or is that all you'll settle for?
No, that's not going to happen. I don't want to. It's not about being a baby, but what other profession do you take less than what you have earned? That's not how it goes. And the fans may see it different in certain ways, and I'm sure there's a lot of fans that see it the same way that myself, my family, my agent, and most of the league sees it. But I'm not a baby, so I'm not going to not show up, and I'm not complaining about it. At the end of the day, I'm not poor right now. I'll be okay to get through and go try to win a Super Bowl again, and that's my main focus now. I mean, the offseason was working out and trying to come to an agreement, but we weren't able to do that. So now it's kind of time to lock in. And hopefully I answered your question. But yeah, I've earned the right to be paid highest in the league.
It's the season of truth-telling in Green Bay. Since the Packers' bye week in 2019, Davante Adams has more receiving touchdowns than he has games played. In fact, over that span, he's got more games with multiple touchdowns